Alright, so back on the Hustler 340 here, and as you can see, I've got one wheel and tire on here on the front mower deck, and I've got nothing over here. So what happened was new tires, new tubes, but somehow in this tire, when I mounted it, I must have pinched it. It got in there and got into the rim, pinched it really good. There was like 5 holes in it. So I just had to get a new tube. I don't know, I hardly ever do that, but it did it to me. Anyway, so I've got new blades underneath. Those are not cheap. They are 23.8 inches long. They consider them a 24-inch, but they're not. They're 23.8. You can see all the new hardware on the mounts here and there, and got the drive shaft installed, and it works good. Had to do a little bit of wiring repair, which you can see there's still another wire hanging down right there, and I don't know what that's for. I think there was lights on this at one time. Anyway, so quick walk around. I've done quite a bit of painting on this. Tried to do as best as I can and as even as I can, but if you see some different shades in the paint, it's because this paint was absolutely hard to get for some reason. Last year I had several cases of this Caterpillar yellow, and now I can't find hardly any of it. I was buying it by the case, and the guy that was selling it to me was real nice, and now he's out of business. So anyway, new tires, new tubes in the front, in the back. There's a new fan right there. There's a new alternator and belt. A little bit of maintenance. I've got a fuel filter housing that is broken. You can see that edge is broken off, but it seems to be working okay, so I've got to find one of those. Done some finagling to get this radiator back in. There's another video on this. I don't know if I'll be able to link it, but where I had to actually redo the mounting bolt. Got a lot of new wiring in here. There's a new temperature gauge. That used to be a hour meter, but I decided to put a temp gauge on it instead. My hour meter was busted and destroyed anyway. New ignition switch. All the wiring is good on it. There's a few little scraggly things in here, but they don't really go to anything. Like I say before, I think there was some lights on it. Let's see, hydraulics all work, everything's good there. Alright, so this lifts up the deck right here. This doesn't do anything, which the book says it's supposed to go up on one side, up on the other side. And apparently they were supposed to be locked together, but they've got it done up to where this raises it right here and lowers it. I do have a little bit more work to do on these lights. I've got some new bulb assemblies, some bigger lights that I may put in there. They're brighter. I just haven't done it just yet. Anyway, that's your mower deck. You turn the key on. You can hear it turning on. And then this is your glow plugs. This turns on, and then glow plug is right there. And got to go about 30 seconds, and it'll go ahead and start and run. This thing drifts a little bit, so I've got to do some adjustment on it. So this is your adjuster, or this is your forward and back. And in order to start it, you have to have this down to lock both sides. And then when you're driving forward, you flip that up, and then you can go up and turn around, and then if you need to reverse it, then you flip this back and reverse it. However, this thing needs to be adjusted a little bit, because sitting like that, it actually starts to move back just a little bit. You almost start to run over your foot. I do have the emergency brake on, but like I say, it does decide to move a little bit, so I'm going to have to adjust that, which isn't a big deal. It's just a matter of moving this plate forward just a little bit, but you don't want to move it too far that it starts going forward. So I don't have the deal for this, the little replacement snubber or whatever. I may just put a hose on it or something. I do have some places that I've painted over some instructions and whatnot that I've still got to peel off, but I was waiting to make sure it was in the final stages. New air filter. Did quite a bit of cleaning on the radiator because I couldn't find another one. I was going to just replace this radiator, but that is one big sucker there and expensive. The guy told me, he says, if you can find one, they're about $800 a piece. So just cleaned it. It doesn't leak, so I'm going to use it. Most everything seems to be in pretty good shape. It does have a few things I haven't put on. There's a hood over there. Right there, that's the hood. And then there's some side panels that I haven't put on yet. And then there's also a grass catcher type of thing that keeps the grass from going into the engine cooling system right in here and getting grass all wedged up in there. So that's what that's for. It does have a little kind of a trailer hitch type of thing that had several different options. This thing also had outriggers that you could bolt to the side of it and have mower decks completely out here. Like I say, that's part of kind of what attracted me to the machine, because it's very versatile. This I fixed on my own. This was all busted and you couldn't see what it was, but all the parts were there. So I cut this out of a piece of plastic. I think this actually was something off of a bottle. Cut that out and then kind of had to write the thing in there. But you can see that it does move around, so it does work. It doesn't have a lot of fuel in it. Let's see, what else did I do? Gosh, a bunch of wiring. All the fuel lines are replaced. The hose, I couldn't find a new one, so I just left it on there. Kubota says they might be able to send me 2 or 3 of them, but they're like $18 a piece. I just haven't done it yet. So I got a little bit of painting to do on this bottom, and I've also got some welding to do on this chute right here that I haven't done just yet. So I've got to wait on that until I get my welder fixed. And got a new set of tubes coming for this week, so we should be good to go. So for now, I'll give you that update, give you a quick thumbs up, and thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one.